I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and these models are it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Try the ground game here with the running back. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 76 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. The first play from scrimmage? Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate, and guess what? They're in the lead now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Going for the deep ball. The battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they are going to take over right there at the 22. Yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but not them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
And they'll run it here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Back to throw now on first down. And this one is incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Detroit! Gone!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Powerful running. He's going to fire one, and that's caught inside the 30. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Over.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And the Cowboys are in the end zone for the touchdown.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. Shifts past him at the 45. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Watch it now, Barney.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Patriot! Over! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Watch it now, Barney! Over!
Now a handoff looking right. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Watch it now, Barney! Gone!
He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No,
he?
he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Now they try the right side here. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Back to throw here. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go on the ground. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Did I just just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll run it here. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning.
Gun! Detroit!
Back to throw. And he's going to go down again. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken it around the 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
No, check, Patriot! No, check, Patriot! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
4 down, check, 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Watch it now, Barney.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Looking to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now comes the Cowboys punter. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So we have reached halftime here with an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this over the middle into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. You bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Zach Cunningham in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney!
On second down, Elliott. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up the third down.
Now a handoff looking right. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on fourth down. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on fourth down.
Lucky 56. Over.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
Lucky 56. Over.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll look to throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Watching that, Barney, Barney. Watching that, Barney, Barney.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. They get it to him running left, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
On 3rd down, it's Howell. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Mike 56, Mike 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to try and throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. But to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And they'll go on the ground. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Play fake. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Little. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Detroit! Detroit! 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now look at 56.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. And this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when. And he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one. This is caught inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, Can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Gone!
Now back to throw. And just shutting him off there.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And now here's another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Over! Check 26, check 26. Over!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one, and this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
No, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They're going to look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Texans on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He'll drop to throw. And a catch made by Hopkins. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Detroit! Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Patriot! Patriot! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, there will be no perfect season here as the win streak to start the year ends at 11. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.